Hello everybody, it's Cara here and I am so mad. How are you all? I hope you're well. The sun is still shining here and it's about a week after I last filmed my first part of recent makes. I'm still in the same location. Sun is still shining, which is fantastic. I've got basking whippets down there, any slither of sunshine and my whippets are all over it, which is so cute. And I'm filming, I can't remember what the day is, the end of March anyway, so Frugal Frocks has just finished, so I haven't heard who has been awarded prizes and things like that, so no, I can't be the end of March. Where are we? So 31st was the reveal date, so I must be, oh no, it's April. We are now in early April. How exciting! Because it just hadn't even occurred to me. In fact, I think it might be April Fool's Day. How appropriate, as I'd completely forgotten what the date is. So yeah, April, wow. Yes, the clocks have gone back since the last time I filmed, so we've got the lighter evenings, which just makes all the difference. And I can show you what I'm wearing because this was my Frugal Frocks entry, which I couldn't show you before. My inspiration for this was the wide leg trousers from Peppermint Magazine. This is last year's version that I made, not for Frugal Frocks in any way, shape or form, but I made these last year, and this is that top, which I have to say I think is one of my favourite makes of all time. I made this from the smallest remnant of linen from Merchant and Mills, and I hacked the top half. Hello! Hello Lara. I hacked, oh she's boiling, absolutely boiling. She's definitely been basking. I hacked the top half of a Bettine dress from Tilly and the Buttons. So let me show you. I know you can't see my top, my head rather. So it's quite, so there's my natural waist. This is obviously where it sits. So it's quite cropped for me. It's not really a style that I would be used to, but that is exactly how much fabric I had. I literally folded the fabric in on itself. These were my fold lines, if you like. I made a front and a back out of it, and I bias bound the edges of this because I literally didn't have enough fabric. And these are the wide leg trousers. I'll put better picture in here for you in a little while, I suspect. I love the pockets. I've been having issues with waistbands. When I sit down, I'll talk to you about that. So the waistband doesn't look like this in the make. I actually have had to put poppers in here because I just couldn't get, I'll explain in a second. But anyway, I absolutely love it. Love this fabric. I believe this fabric came from Rainbow Fabrics, but it was gifted to me as a surprise in the Felicity Fabrics winter swap. So thank you, whoever you were. I adore it, and I'm glad I finally got to make something with it. These trousers are amazing. They're from the Peppermint Magazine, originally designed by In the Folds. They come together really easily, except for the waistband. Now I knew this. I knew this because I made them last year. Did I remember this? No, I did not. Did I even read my own instructions that said do not use waistband? No, I did not. Sorry about that. My husband's just come home from a bike ride, so I've got talking whippets, talking husbands, it's all go. So I was talking to you about the waistband and the fact that I did not listen to my own advice, because in the pattern piece it's a curved waistband and you do a left and a right. I just couldn't get that to work. I couldn't get that to work when I tried to make them years ago, and last year I ditched it altogether and made a straight waistband, simply drafted a long rectangle really, and just put that on there. Did I remember that for this time? No, I did not. So in the end, I ended up, because I didn't have any more fabric left, so I ended up literally butchering is the best way I can describe it. I'm sorry if you're sewing purist, but I literally just had to make it work out of this hideous curved waistband that I had made. So I literally ended up with, so you meant to have quite a thick waistband, it's about to be like that, but actually I ended up with the single waistband, and I had to turn that on itself. So the waistband itself is about that thick when it should be about that thick. I hope that makes sense. And that's why I've ended up having to put poppers in here, because it was so narrow in the end that there was no way I was going to get a buttonhole on that. But it's got a proper fly and stuff here. This is the fly front here. So it's not all bad, and it doesn't gape too much, which was one of the issues I was having with the other trousers in the makes this month. But I absolutely love them. This crepe fabric is lovely and lightweight, super floaty, and it's going to be perfect for the summer. And this is quite a smart outfit, I know. Hello, darling. It's quite a smart outfit, but this is I like that look, and I will find this super comfortable and wear this over and over again. She's absolutely roasting. A roasting whippet. So make number 1, love it. This was my Frugal Frocks entry. I can't tell you if that if I've been given a prize or not. I very much doubt it. Oh my word, the amount of entries was phenomenal, absolutely lovely. And thank you to Sam and Rowan again for organising that. Absolutely superb. I've got a husband walking in and out. That's okay. And that clippy cloppy sound. He's not wearing high heels. He's got his cycling shoes on, which have got the clip things on the bottoms. So talking of husbands, I actually made my husband a shirt. Let me lean across here. I've kept it on the hanger. I will put some photo in, sorry, of him wearing it. And this was, I'm a ambassador for Minerva, and during March they did a challenge called Sew with McCalls, and they kindly gifted me not only the fabric for this but the pattern as well, in order to feature that. So you can head on over to my Minerva page and read my blog post all about this shirt. It's only the second time I think I've made a shirt for my husband, which I probably should do more of. He's out in the hall. I don't know if he's shaking his head or not. I've got a whippet having a moment next to me here. I do apologise. You right there? Quite alright? What you got going on? What you got? So, bless her. It's a little off-putting, but I love you anyway. So anyway, back to the shirt. So this is the McCall 6044. I first saw this shirt when Angela from Devon Threadtails made it. She's made this a couple of times for her husband. Hello, Angela. And she described it as a easy shirt, and I totally agree. There are a number of options on this shirt which could make it more complicated. It's quite a cowboy-esque style yoke, which is like a pointed yoke that would be here on both sides, and then sort of pointed on the back if you wanted to. You can do it long sleeve, short sleeved, and then I chose to do just a very simple shirt, no pockets on the front, no yoke on the back, and it came together really, really well. This fabric's amazing. It's a Robert Kaufman cotton, and it's basically double-sided. So it's stripy on the inside and checked on the outside, which I absolutely adore. But I actually can't think why you would need that on a cotton fabric or a woven fabric. I know quite often on jersey you see it. So it's a bit of a head scratcher really. It's like double gauze. It's really soft. It is a double gauze in its nature, but it's not a double gauze. But I decided to use that as a feature for the collar, which is really the only thing I could think to use to make benefit of it. I also did the under collar in that way as well, and I know you can't see it, but I know it's there, and I just like it as a feature. I worked really hard on the pattern matching across the front, which I'm really pleased about. I didn't even think about it on the sides, if I'm honest, but I'm not that worried about that. Love this shirt. The fabric made it quite tricky to work with because it grew quite a lot, so it's not as crisp on the detail as I would liked it to have been. But again, that was just the fabric more than the pattern itself. But the thing I would say about the pattern is I made it in my husband's size. I think he came out as a large or an extra large, I forget, it doesn't matter really. But it was enormous, absolutely enormous. I mean, these sleeves, I have very unglamorously turned these up because I needed to get the blog post completed for Minerva. I think I probably took off that much. What's that? 2 inches? Easily. I mean, they literally came to his elbows, which when you look at a man in his shirt, that doesn't happen very often. And the thing I couldn't work out was the ratio from the armpit to the sleeve. You see how little there is left on that there. So I couldn't take them up any more. So I ended up doing a sort of an angle, which maybe is a man's shirt thing anyway, I'm not sure. And it also is still really quite big. It was also super long. Again, I took off probably that much easily. And my husband's is gorgeous. Well, yeah, thanks for that. Gorgeous is the word he's just added, in case you didn't hear what he said. But he's not really tall, he's not really short, it's just, I don't know, built for comfort, he said. He's just, you know, you wouldn't look at my husband and think he was incredibly tall or short or any of those things. He's just a normal height person. You can tell now that I don't know what height he is. That's how I'm describing it. All right, we'll just go with that. So I took off loads off the length. Couldn't believe how long it was. It was mad. And it's also still wide. I like it, but it does swamp him a bit, and you can see that in the pictures there. So I love doing blog posts. Oh, bless you, because oh no, please don't be sick in my video. Please don't be sick up to your sleeves. That would be really unattractive. Sorry about the interaction from the other beings in my household. Right, normal whippetness resumes. Oh my word. I love doing blog posts for other people because it does encourage me to sew things I wouldn't ordinarily sew. So I learned quite a lot out of this. I will definitely make this shirt again. I will definitely size down, and I would use just a standard cotton next time, because that would make the whole process a lot easier. But I can assure you the length of the sleeves and the base is nothing to do with the fabric growing. The pattern was really, really big. What did I do with my other clothes? I put them away somewhere now. Okay, what else have I been up to? So I really enjoyed that, and he does really like it. He says he's going to wear it, which is, you know, the main thing, I suppose, isn't it? Wearability, as I'm always talking about. So you remember I'm on a mission to make, I spoke about in my last video, and now that this sunshine is out, it's doing me in a little bit in terms of, are my next plans seasonally relevant enough? And ironically, I had a remnant of this gorgeous, hang on, just going to do the zip up and things, you would see them better. I had a remnant in my stash of this beautiful needle cord. This originally came from Dragonfly Fabrics. I did a blog for them and made, again, some more Dawn jeans, made some Dawn jeans. So these are the Lander pants, or Lander shorts, I should be more specific about. And I wanted to do a wearable toile to make sure that this was all going to be okay. Now, I apologise in advance, I haven't taken a picture of these yet. Just haven't got round to it because these are hot off the sewing machine. What I did take a picture of though is how much I took them in by. I love the construction of the Landers, obviously just a standard pair of trousers really. I love these big patch pockets. These sit on the outside so you can see there, but that's the outside. We've got lovely big pockets on the back as well. I did all the belt loops and everything, all the bells and whistles if you like. I made, I can't remember if it's a button fly or a zip fly, but I made a zip fly just because that's my favoured method. So overall, I'm really, really pleased with these. Now, as part of the pattern design, they come with an inch allowance either side to be able to take them in on the outside seams. I took these in by an enormous amount, like an enormous amount. Now, this fabric is slightly stretchy. Yeah, it is slightly stretchy, so that will have had some bearing on that. But I think I took a picture of how much I took them in by, because I'm not going to lie, I reckon that much both sides, so that's a good 2 inches easily. Yeah, a massive amount. And even now, they are a slender fitting short. But I really love the design with them. I love how quickly they came together. The purists amongst you be horrified that I used a cream bias binding to do the hems, because I didn't want them to be any shorter than they were. So I got a bit of flip there. Sorry. I hemmed them using a bias binding, and that's just what I had in my stash. They're just for me. I'm not about to show anybody my inside leg seam, so you can't see it when I'm wearing them. So I don't think, at least. And if I can, so be it. But yeah, really pleased with those. But as I say, I took them in a lot, all around, all of the sleeves, because you try them on before you put the waistband on. The waistband, again, gapes a little bit, just because I just haven't got that right on any of the patterns I've made recently. Really do need to look into what I can do to fix that. But because I put belt loops on, this doesn't gape anywhere near as much the Dawn jeans, so that's positive. You know, the only trouser pattern I've made recently that doesn't gape is the Persephone trousers, so maybe that's the answer to it. Just use them. Maybe I'll lay the Persephone trouser pattern over the Dawn jeans and then trace off the sort of the gradient, if you like, and maybe even use the waistband from the Persephones on the Dawn jeans. There's a solution. I'll probably do that because I know they fit me with no adjustments. So yeah, really pleased with those. I think they're going to be super cute. Oh, now I've got a sneezing daughter coming down the stairs. Bless her, she's been quite poorly. Yeah, really pleased with those. And then the last is all about the greens in the last few pieces here. Sorry about the nostril action in the background. She's quite poorly, so and I've lost a whippet because the daughter's come down. So this is my second entry into Frugal Frocks. Sorry, no, that's not right. So Frugal 22, and it is this, and this is the sweatshirt from Vikki Sews. Thank you very much for all your commentary about me using Vikki Sews in this challenge. Yeah, it's I mean, it goes without saying what Russia is up to is an enormously insane scenario, one that none of us could ever imagined. But I'm absolutely certain that not everyone in Russia is to be tarred with the same brush. And Vikki Sews is a one-man band. She makes the most extraordinary sewing patterns, and I would still like to recognise that. So this one is a free sewing pattern. I'll put the details of it down below, and also instead of me trying to hold this up and you trying to see it, I'll put a picture in here. Really came together so quickly, genuinely. I mean, I've made a lot of jumpers, don't get me wrong, so I can do these in my sleep these days. It's just a really simple cropped sweatshirt with it's quite a subtle curved hem at the front, which I really quite like. It's a lot shorter than I can have ever imagined it being, so that's something to watch out for. So you definitely need to wear it with high-waisted jeans, which is what I've done here. But actually it's quite trendy, I quite like it. And then I've just turned up the cuff because the original design is to have really long sleeves, but that doesn't necessarily suit me, so I've just turned up the cuffs there. So super quick and easy, and I use this fabric, which is a remnant really, and I've still got a little bit of this left. I bought this from Nighton Fabrics, 3 meters for £5, which was an absolute steal. And the rest of it, which I know I showed you in my last video, or one of my last videos, because I was wearing it. And this is the Nina Lee South Bank dress. Again, I'll put a picture in here. Absolutely love this. This is toasty as. I love this fabric because it's just soft on the inside. It's quite lightweight really. And just been so comfortable to wear. I found with some of the South Banks I've worn that the fabric is so hot that you can't actually wear it unless it's an Alaskan day, but this has been really lovely through the sort of milder winter weather we've been having. It's absolutely perfect and lovely and snuggly. And then the final make I wanted to share with you is another Russian pattern, and I feel like I'm about to do this a huge injustice by trying to hold this up to you. I'll put the stock photo here. This is a beautiful pattern, I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love this. It was a total head scratcher. The pattern piece for this is enormous, and because I actually buy it off the Russian site, the translation is minimal really on Google Chrome, so it took me some time to work it out. So if you're going to make this, hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that, I was mid-flow I think. But anyway, I think I've put a picture up here of the original pattern. It's beautiful, like an asymmetric sort of drape top, but head scratching or what. So if you're going to make this, it took me moments to make, genuinely, despite the head scratching. It's a very, very simple make. In the instructions there is a picture, it's a flat lay, I think they call it, of the pattern piece, and they've drawn in coloured pen what each of the seams are for, and that was the only way I could make it work. Now I put it together once and thought, that ain't right, and unpicked it, which basically means I lost some of the seam allowance because I made all of this up on my overlocker. So it does tell you, one of the instructions I got, I think you make one shoulder first, you then put, so I think you put the right shoulders together, I think is how it goes. You then, such odd pattern pieces, you then move a huge pattern piece together to create the neck seam. So that, I know you can't see that, I'm not even sure why I'm trying to even attempt to show you that. That is the back neck seam, okay? Now, if I show you it, so the neck seam sits, actually if I put it on, let me, this is going to go well. I'm going to put it on over the top of here, and I'm going to try and show it to you, because it's a lovely top, it's really lovely. I've got no idea if this is on backwards, frontwards, no idea. Let me show you. Why am I always doing this sort of thing to myself? Why? Why is this? Right. Now, obviously, I've got a top on underneath, so bear with. Okay, so what you would traditionally have as your back neck seam is on the side, okay, which is what did me in. I couldn't work that out for love nor money. I hope that's... You can see I've just put that, I don't know if that's right or not. I don't want to have to edit this out of the film. I don't know if I've put that on the wrong way around or the right way around. Typically I put it on back to front. I'm sorry about this, viewers. Do talk amongst yourselves. Because, actually no, I'll show you before I turn it around. There is a seam here, okay, and that's at the back. Typical that I didn't check that out before trying it on. Now I feel like I'm at a swimming pool. You're trying to put clothes on with a sticky body. Oddly, filming whilst trying to try clothes on. It's a similar sensation. Right, here we go. Right, there we are. Okay. So is that at the back or is it? Right, there you go. You can now see, and I appreciate I've got a top underneath, but you can see here the asymmetric nature of how that falls, okay? I promise you it's a very simple make, but it feels really strange to be sewing it. So I hope you can see there the asymmetric nature. I have taken some pictures. The neck seam, I'm just going to find it for you. It's kind of there, so it's not quite. It's sort of more in line with this seam here, which is what creates the drape. And then there's a seam that goes across the shoulders on the back. So it's a really unusual construction. I've got standard sleeves, so there's a drop shoulder, so there's the seams there and there. I hope you can see that. I've got some comical moments in this video, but there you go, that's just me being me. I really like this top actually. I can definitely see me making this again. For those of you that like a finished edge, there is no finishing at all on the inside of this this sort of neck piece. And from memory, I don't remember there being any instructions as to what to do with this seam at all. So I literally turned it over and stitched it. It's got cuffs here, you can see that on the sleeve, so that's always a really nice finish when you don't have to worry about hemming that. And it's the same on the bottom as well. I think I remember showing you in a previous video, this bottom band piece was tiny, and I thought to myself, there is no possible way that that is going to stretch around my waist, but it does. So you would need to have a fabric with a lot of stretch in it. I think this out of a Bambi jersey would be amazing. Although I don't have a love of Bambi jersey really, it just doesn't seem to suit my body, but it feels amazing. So all in all, absolutely love this top, and I promise you, despite everything I've just talked you through, it comes together so quickly because of the cuffs. Yeah, effectively, you do one shoulder, pull the back round, hem the top, and then you've basically got a sleeveless jumper done within seconds. Because you obviously do the other shoulder as well once you've done the back seam. Then you put I think they tell you to put the sleeves on in the round, whereas it'd be a lot easier to do it in the flat, like they do on telly in the buttons patterns. And then obviously you've got the waistband done. So I absolutely love it, and I got thank you for everybody who commented on my Instagram feed, because yeah, it does look really nice on. I hope that's being relayed on there, and I really like this colour. This isn't a colour I normally go for. That would be 3 of the green outfits that you've created there, Cara. So clearly it is something you go for, but it isn't. This is the first time I've ever worn green, I think. I'm sorry that was all a bit crazy today. I hope you're laughing with me, but if you're laughing at me, that's fine too, because I'm laughing at myself, genuinely. There's some crazy moments that have happened in this film today. I'm not really sure what I've got coming up next, especially as I'm still trying to make up my mind as to what I should be sewing if the weather stays as nice as it is. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine at the moment. If you have any thoughts about what you think I should be doing next, then give me a shout in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe, because I absolutely love having you here. And give me a good old thumbs up, because that helps YouTube to help me find more viewers. So until next time, please stay safe and well, whatever you get up to. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.